Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm in the middle of cooking dinner. So I'm doing this from my living room on the floor using my coffee table because I knew this one was going to be a, semi-quick one, whatever. Everybody's asking about Kenya Moore. Sorry if the lighting is a little dark. It's been raining all day long. That's why I always do my videos in my room, because I can have more lighting in there. But everybody wanted to know, like, was Kenya Moore actually like paying Marc Daly, especially now that he's announced that he's just completely done with her. Now he's got a reality show or something that he's filming that's supposed to follow him in his life as a restaurateur, and how he's, trying to find love and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to take a look, because I think that a lot of people originally thought, like, oh God, Kenya's going to run somebody else off. And then they started thinking, like, no, maybe like Marc is actually not that great of a person. So we'll see. So please join us and answer any questions that we have in regards to the relationship between Kenya Moore and Marc Daly. Thank you, Spirit, for joining us and answering any questions that we have about this relationship. We're asking only with the intention and purpose of clarity, not with any bad intent. Please bless and protect all who we ask about in this reading, as well as all who participate and watch. Thank you, Spirit, for joining us. Amen. So let's just ask, first of all, just to clear the elephant in the room. Spirit, please tell me yes or no. Did Kenya Moore pay Marc Daly to marry her? Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, yes or no. Did Kenya Moore pay Marc Daly to be married to her? Remember Walter, the tow truck guy? I just remember when she came on and she like brought him out, and I was like, that's what you were all into, girl? Because she really was like, oh, we're going to get married and this and that. And I was like, not him, girl. I haven't watched the show, honestly. Oh my God. I can't even remember the last time I watched. It's been a few years, for sure. Like, it was literally before the whole accusations between Phaedra and Portia and Candy. Like, I hadn't seen the show in a long time before that. So let's see. I don't get a yes on that. What I do get is, though, it's like the illusion. Things haven't worked out with anybody else, Two of Wands, Four of Cups, Four of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and Seven of Cups. Did she try to pay people in the past to pretend to be, her partner on the show, or maybe sort of like, oh, but look what it's gonna do for you, or whatever kind of stuff? Maybe. But in this situation, no. The underlying energy here, though, is that he saw it as a come up, because she's the Queen of Swords, he's the King of Cups, and then there's the Eight of Pentacles as his motivation for being in this relationship. But with her, I feel like she actually got caught up in the dream, and that's why it's really important that we don't make decisions out of desperation, because we find ourselves in these situations where it's like, this guy's amazing, and then all of a sudden it's like, never mind, he's actually just like Tristan Thompson or something, and so it's like, she definitely got herself caught in, it's like the Seven of Cups to me is talking about the illusion, the dream, being so focused on, I want the husband and the baby and the big house and all of that, but you're not really thinking clearly about, what kind of husband do I want? What kind of marriage do I want? And so the first person that comes along that it's like, oh, they could marry me. Obviously, we get ourselves into some situations that we shouldn't be. And it's like, the thing that I hate about his energy, seeing in these cards, here he is as the King of Pentacles with the Moon, the Tower, and the Magician. It's like, I know that I caused you a Tower card, and I purposely chose that I was going to do it at the time that would hurt you the most. Like, that's the thing that I don't like about this guy's energy. Just picking up from being in it, you know, because like I said, I have not. I thought he was an attractive guy. They have made an amazingly gorgeous little girl. But I didn't really know anything about him. Like I said, I haven't been watching the show, but it's like, he has this really petty, mean energy to him. Like, if I don't F with you anymore, not only do I not F with you, I'm gonna F you up. And it's like, dude, like, you can just like say like, I don't want to be here anymore, and not have to make the announcement on somebody's birthday. You know, it's like, but to him, it's not just, oh, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna make sure I do it in the harshest, meanest way possible to you. So there's like this vindictive side to him that I'm not really like liking seeing here, especially because, you know, I know Kenya, she can be annoying. She's Miss Twirl on her haters and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, she's a very wounded person who's very vulnerable. And it's like, you know, these are the kind of guys that do that. And then it's like they swoop in on some vulnerable girl, take advantage of her, and then want to play that he's some kind of victim. And it's like, okay, but if you were the smart one, then you should have seen from a million miles away that this wasn't somebody you should have gotten involved with, and that you should have told her to go get therapy instead of being her husband, or tried to work through things with her, not just been like, I don't like you because you're broken and I'm going to be mean to you now about it. I think he also thought he was going to get more out of this relationship than he ended up getting. Because Spirit keeps talking about him being disappointed in not gaining as much as he was hoping to get out of things. Spirit, please tell me, how does Kenya Moore feel about Marc Daly? Thank you. Please tell me, how does Kenya Moore feel about Marc Daly? Thank you. And if you guys are wondering what's going on in my fireplace, it's capped so you can't use it as a wood burning fireplace, which first of all, I'm not somebody who's going to be hauling and chopping wood anyways, but especially not upstairs to a freaking 2-story condo. I'm good on that. But I, like when I have candles, if I don't like particularly like the smell of them, or they're like at that last like half inch where it's like, okay, you're still gonna burn for a few hours, but you're not putting off any smell or whatever, I actually put them in the fireplace, and then I just light them on days like this, or I sit there and light them all and meditate in front of it. I call it the candle garden. Some other people rudely called it my candle cemetery. I'm like, it is not a cemetery. We do not have cemeteries. We have altars. Okay. He was cheating on her. Expect that we're going to hear about this. You know, Kenya hasn't really said a whole lot so far as the demise of her marriage. I don't necessarily think Kenya's even going to say anything about the cheating. I think it's whoever he cheated with is going to come out and be like, so while, you know, they were going through their IVF journey and their newlyweds and this and that, me and Mark were still dating, or I was living in some apartment that me and him had together or something. Because this feels like an affair. Like, it's not just, oh, like, you know, I cheated on you once and had a one-night stand, which I'm sure he probably also did those too. This is literally like Spirit is saying he had a full-on affair with somebody that he, like, it's almost like this girl's been his side chick for a very long time now. Because I feel like he went through another relationship and this woman was still around through it. It's the fact that he's not like he's like basically like kicking the squirrel to the curb. So now she wants to come out and talk. So, because there is this 3 of Swords, 7 of Swords, and 5 of Pentacles, followed by him as the King of Wands. So he's being manipulative. He's not being the truthful. You know, he's not really... I mean, again, this Page of Pentacles energy. It's like he was looking for some gain from this, but his heart wasn't in it. Like, he was never like really invested in this. It was just like, oh, well, Kenya's on a show and I've been trying to get my own show and I need money and she's cute. Yeah, I'll give her a baby. Yeah, I'll marry her, whatever. You know, like this is somehow going to benefit me in the long run. That's what his energy is, because the underlying energy is 9 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, 9 of Swords. I came into this lying to you for financial gain, and now your heart's been broken multiple times by me. He's not a good person. Oh my God, Kenya, what did you get yourself into? I didn't know this guy was this bad. I actually feel sorry for her. Not that I hated her not to feel sorry for her. I'm just saying I don't really know her all that well, so I really didn't have an opinion one way or the other about her. It's you guys were asking on Station Head for me to do a reading on this. But yeah, it's just, I mean, and on top of that, he was really like, he ignored her a lot. You know, it's like, I'm doing my own thing. I don't care. I don't want to spend time with you. And it's just like, he was never very invested in the relationship anyways. He came in pretending like he was, but he also saw like a benefit to it, of course, you know, but did he really ever actually like be like, I'm so in love with you and let's spend all this time together and let's do all these things as a family? Not exactly. So, Spirit, what can we expect in this divorce? Thank you. Because he's definitely not going to try to work it out with her ever again after this. I was gonna say, like, are they gonna get back together? And Spirit's like, he's done. She is too at this point, but I mean, you know, he's just the one who's so outwardly like, I'm done with this and never coming back. Whereas she's just like, I've already been through this. I'm not gonna sit here and like, I feel like her not wanting to be embarrassed. Like last time this became such a big spectacle and I felt so embarrassed, and then we got back together. And I kind of thought like that was Aegon, you know, my haters' faces or whatever. But it's like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to deal with it because then everybody's going to come for me again. You know, it's like Kenya is like, just like worried about people coming for her. Okay. Spirit, anything else? Thank you. There's going to be a lot of accusations about money with him too. She's gonna say that he tried to get some money out of her, or he tried to screw her over in some business deal. But there's somebody else that I feel like he's currently working with this person now, but they're gonna have a fallout. And Spirit keeps talking about Mark not being upfront about where some money went, and then somebody coming out and like really being like, he's a scammer, he's a fraud, he's like the Donald Trump kind of business person, you know, where it's like, you sign all these contracts with him, you do all these work, and then when it comes down to it, you know, there's no check at the end of the day. Like, we're not getting paid for what we did. So, Kenya's very much trying to rise above this time. Again, like I said, you know, with this 3 of Wands, she's seeing it as, okay, last time this didn't go so well. This time, I'm going to just try to ride the high horse. Again, keep in mind, as long as she's gonna try. She's gonna try. Because it's, he was cheating on her when she was pregnant. Oh my God. And the Empress, 10 of Pentacles, and 3 of Cups. Whoever he was cheating on her with too, he gave them money, or he was telling them that he was gonna give them money, but it was like Kenya's money. Like, oh, just let her have the baby because then we're gonna like, we have this check coming in, you know, and he's like, oh, I gave you $5,000 and I told you that there's another $65,000 in a couple months when this business deal closes or whatever, so you won't go tell people what's going on. And then it comes out and Kenya's like, so when you asked me for $5,000 so you could buy a freezer for the restaurant, like getting real mad, because it's like the more stuff that comes up about him, it's gonna be harder for her to keep her mouth quiet. Not even just the stuff that he says. Like if it's just him saying stuff, she'll just kind of rise above it and ignore it, because I feel like at this point she just feels like you are a petty person and I see who you are and I just don't even want to like get involved. But what Spirit is saying is, you know, when other women are coming out and being like, so Mark was giving me money to be quiet, or Mark was doing this, or we were hooking up on that weekend, you know, that's where she's gonna snap. Which, I mean, everybody has a breaking point. So again, we're gonna hear so much about cheating that he was involved in. He's gonna try to accuse her of cheating too, Spirit said, but it's like laughable. Like, oh, okay, really? You know, Kenya's like, excuse me, like, I was freaking nursing the baby, changing diapers, filming Real Housewives. Like, when did I even have time to cheat? I was trying to fix my marriage with you, and I was working so you could take all this money from me and give it to your hoes. Like, excuse me? So, if we hear that, she didn't, but he's going to try to claim that she did. But yeah, it's like a 5 of swords, 6 of swords, 7 of swords, a king of cups. He says something, you know, and it's like, he's definitely the one though. He's gonna keep trying to play it off. I left her, I left her, I left her. Like, he thinks that that's like somehow like hurting her. Like him saying, I left you. It's like, he's gonna bring this up too. Like if his show gets picked up, you guys, he will talk so much shit about her and constantly talk about how he left her. But it's like one of those, okay, so you know how like when you watch like 90 Day Fiance and how they constantly keep repeating, you know, stuff like every episode, like they keep flashing back to where the guy is like, so when I went to Poland and met Maria, you know, and you're like, oh my God, do we have to find out about this every freaking episode? We know you went to Poland and you met Maria, stop her, you know, like, can you show us some different things? It's like that. Like, they're gonna keep showing these clips of him, and he will use little opportunities. Like, oh, when I was leaving my wife, I had to get all new spatulas, but I found these ones that are great, you know? And so we're doing this in the kitchen here, you know? And it's like, what the hell are you even talking about your marriage for when you're talking about fucking spatulas? Like, but it's just because he has to get that I left you, I left you, I left you, like little like dig in and push her buttons. Kenya, please don't watch his show if he actually somehow like ends up getting this picked up or developed, because it's just gonna be trash. I mean, seriously. But let me tell you, karma's gonna come back and bite this man in the ass so bad for all of the shit that he did. Because she's not the first person that he's effed over, and she won't be the last, unfortunately. So let's just see real quick. And then I have to go feed my child. This is actually where I sit when I do station head, you guys. Because I like to come out of my room. I love my room, but sometimes it feels like a dungeon after being in there all week doing all my readings for you guys and for YouTube, but also because then I can also open up windows in different directions too, because I burn sage the entire time we're reading on those station head topics. So Spirit, please tell me, is Kenya going to find herself another or better relationship? Thank you, Spirit. I'm just hoping that this is the catalyst for Kenya to finally work on herself, so that she can really develop that self-love and self-esteem that she needs, so that she is not, you know, dealing with the Walter tow truck guys and Marc Dalys of the world, and can actually get herself like a Russell Wilson type person. I do think Kenya is gorgeous, and like I said, I just see a very broken, abandoned little girl when I look at her. Like, she just makes me more sad than anything. I know people get annoyed by her, but I'm just like, I don't know. I have a soft spot for her, especially like, you know, with all the stuff that happened with her mom and then people throw it in her face. It's like, come on, she can't help that. Like, that always like makes me just really sad when people do stuff like that, like, or I'm gonna bring up something that you had absolutely zero control over that has obviously shaped your life in not such a nice way. I mean, of course, it's up to Kenya to work on herself and to heal, but at the same time, again, you cannot change the fact that one of your parents abandoned you as a child. Alrighty, so the last thing, she's gonna go into like, okay, and this is really, you guys, if she doesn't heal, okay? If she doesn't work on herself and she doesn't heal, she's gonna rush right back into another relationship just to try to like fill that spot, that hole, and to prove a point to Mark. Like, I can get somebody else too. The problem is, same kind of situation. Stay away from air sign men, Kenya. Because there is this air sign man, and this feels like an Aquarius. It doesn't feel like Libra or Gemini. And I'm not saying that to get us off the hook, because anybody who knows me, so I always say I love being a Libra, but I don't think men Libra should be included in our astrology sign, because they give us all a bad name. But I'm just teasing. But it really does feel more Aquarius-like, because it feels just Aquarius energy feels very unique to me. But anyways, it's like this person, if she doesn't heal herself, she's gonna meet the guy who's gonna force her to have to work on herself and heal herself. Like, if she tries to just circumvent the process and just move on and fill that hole in her life with somebody else, the universe is gonna send somebody else to teach her that lesson until she learns it. Okay, so if she heals herself and she works on herself, Kenya, King of Cups, 10 of Cups, and 2 of Cups, you definitely will get your happily ever after, but it is all dependent on you working on yourself, the work that you put into yourself to heal from this situation. Because we have the High Priestess and the 7 of Wands. And to me, those are the cards of working on yourself, you know, spiritual healing. I'm going within, I'm doing my shadow work. I'm figuring out what made me be in these situations in the first place. That's what this is. So, it's up to you, Kenya. What do you choose to do next? I'm going to be definitely praying for her. And you know what, Mark? I hope you choke on a neck bone. Just kidding, knock on wood. I don't know what that card meant. I was saying, how about you go stay to yourself? Don't bother anybody else. Just go be miserable all alone and leave everybody else out of it. So anyways, guys, I'm going to let you go. I got to go get my kid his dinner together. But I love you so much, and I will see you all again soon for another reading.